Hey y'all, welcome back and welcome if you are new. This week I'm making some Food Network recipes that you have to try. So let's head on into the kitchen and let's make some delicious meals. Alright guys, we are starting this week out with desserts. I am making a recipe by Ina Garden from the Food Network, and these are her baked cinnamon donuts. Now if you like the little cinnamon crunch donuts that you get at the store, you're gonna love these. These are so easy. So to my bowl here, I'm adding some flour, sugar, some spices, a little bit of salt, and I'm going to mix this up until it's well combined, and then we will move on to our wet ingredients. Okay, moving on to the wet ingredients. To my bowl here, I'm just going to add some eggs, melted butter, some milk, and some vanilla. And I'm just going to whisk this together until it's all combined, and then we will combine the wet to the dry ingredients. Once you've added your wet mixture into the dry ingredients, you're just going to stir this together until it is just combined. Once you get your mixture all combined, you can go ahead and put this in a greased donut pan. I tried to do this with a piping bag with a round tip fitted to the end, but this batter was way too liquidy for that, so I just used a spoon and just spooned the batter into the donut pan. Once you get your donut pan all filled up with the batter, you're going to bake these, I think it was at 350 degrees for 20 minutes. I'm not sure, but I will leave the link to all of these recipes in the description box below, so you can just click that link and go check it out. You're going to bake these until a toothpick inserted into the center it comes out clean. Once your donuts are done, you're going to remove them from the oven and let them cool in the pan for about 10 minutes or so. And then I just turned them out onto a baking sheet, and then I melted up some butter and I made a cinnamon sugar mixture, and then all I did was just dip the donuts into the butter and then into the sugar mixture and put them back on the baking sheet. Now this made a lot, so I gave half of these to my neighbor and we all loved them. They were so good. Now here's what they all looked like when they were done. I just kept these in a little airtight container in the refrigerator because I didn't want that sugar to kind of melt with the heat of the house because it's so hot here. So I just put them in an airtight container and kept them in the refrigerator so they would stay nice and fresh. Alright you guys, next up is NEELY'S strawberries and cream stuffed French toast. Now these were a little bit more sweet than I would have liked them to be, but there's not a lot of sugar in here. The sugar comes at the end with the toppings, but however these were absolutely delicious. So to my little pan here, I'm adding in some eggs, milk, almond extract, and some vanilla, a little bit of salt, and I'm going to whisk this together until it's nice and combined. Alright, so I've got some challah bread here, and I just cut a slit at the top just to make room for the stuffing. And then I just mixed her cream cheese mixture up, and then I just used an offset spatula to fill the bellies of the challah bread. Alright, moving on to the stove. I've got a skillet here. I'm using cast iron, but you can use non-stick if that's what you have on hand. I just have it over medium-low heat. I'm going to add some butter in there. And then I'm just going to take my stuffed challah bread, dip it into the egg mixture, and place it right into the hot skillet. Once you get them all coated in that egg mixture and in the pan, you're going to let these cook about 3 to 4 minutes on low heat, medium-low heat, until they are nice and golden brown on the first side. You're going to flip them over, let them cook another 3 to 4 minutes until they are nice and golden brown on that side. And then these are done. You can take them out and put them on a serving plate. Alright, so now I've got these plated up, and before I started making this, I made some macerated strawberries. She served hers with fresh strawberries and sweetened condensed milk. I did not do that. I did not find any good strawberries at the store, so I just used frozen. It's what I had on hand. Add a little bit of sugar to it and just let them sit there. And then I just topped that with the strawberries and some maple syrup. And this is what it looks like when it's done. I just served it with some bacon on the side, and you guys, these were so good. Alright, next up is GIADA'S linguine with shrimp and lemon oil. Now, I've made this several times before and it's absolutely delicious. It's a light dish. But we're going to start out with making our linguine. So I've got a pot of water boiling that's been salted. So we're going to put that on there. And then we're going to add some oil to my skillet here that's over medium-low heat. When you're cooking with cast iron, low is better. So I've got that in there. We're going to add some salt and pepper, some onions. And we're going to let these onions cook down for about 5 minutes until they are nice and tender. Now that the onions are tender, we're going to go in with some garlic. And you're just going to toss this around and let this cook for about 15 to 30 seconds, just until that garlic is fragrant. Then you're going to go in with your shrimp. You're going to let this cook until the shrimp turn pink. And it should take about 5 to 8 minutes, depending on how large your shrimp are. Alright, now that the shrimp are cooked through, they're not overcooked, you're going to go in with your lemon zest and your lemon juice. Then you're going to add in your cooked pasta. You're going to toss all of that together until it's nice and combined. Alright, so now I just went in and added a little bit more pepper. And now I'm going to add in some spinach. I always have spinach on hand. I keep it in the freezer. So I'm just going to add that on there and kind of let it sit and kind of thaw just a few minutes before I mix it in. Her recipe calls for arugula, I think it is. But if that is what you have on hand, or if that's what you prefer, by all means, go ahead and add that in there. Once my spinach gets thawed, I'm going to toss all of this together, make sure it's nice and combined. Alright, you guys, here is my plate. I just added some of that delicious pasta to a plate, topped it with some chopped parsley, some extra pepper, and this right here is one of my favorite recipes by GIADA. It's very light and it's very filling. Highly recommend this one. Like I said, all of the recipes will be linked down in the description box below. Alright, wrapping up this week, we are making NEELY'S spicy fried chicken wings. I used to love watching the NEELY'S on the Food Network many years ago when they were on the Food Network. And this is one of my favorite recipes by him. It's so easy. So to my bowl here, I'm going to add some eggs, some cayenne pepper, as well as some other spices. And I'm just going to mix this together and set it to the side. So I was looking at the egg mixture and I was thinking this is not going to be enough for the amount of chicken wings that I had. I had double the amount. So I just added some milk to the egg mixture, whisked it together, and that way it'll go a little bit longer with the chicken wings. In my second bowl here, I just have some plain flour. Alright, so I have my seasoned chicken wings here. It is seasoned according to his directions. I have my egg mixture, my flour, and a large pot with some oil in it that's been heated. And all I'm going to do is take my seasoned chicken wings, dip it in the egg, dip it in the flour, and directly into the hot oil. I'm going to let these cook between 5 to 8 minutes, just until they are completely cooked through. You can check these with a meat thermometer. It should read between 160 to 165 degrees. Then you're just going to remove those to a wire rack over a sheet pan so the excess oil can drip off. Alright, so here are the chicken wings when they are nice and done. They're golden brown, very crispy. I'm just going to take these out, set them on the wire rack over a sheet tray while I finish up the rest. Here is my plate. I just served this simple kind of restaurant style. I made some loaded potato skins to go along with these, and also the sauce that is in the recipe that goes with these chicken wings. And you guys, these were so good. I love spicy food. If you don't like spicy food, I would cut down on the spices in this recipe. But that is going to be it for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to leave a comment in the comment section down below, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye guys.